Welcome to the UK Internet Governance Forum 2025. Welcome to the new faces and old faces that have been to many of these already. We are looking forward to a very productive, interesting day. We have a fantastic agenda with great speakers coming up. And in such fragmented and difficult times for the world, I think there is a lot of power in coming together today in a multi-stakeholder forum and discussing the issues that matter the most to our society and the digital future that we are all facing. With that in mind, I am going to just run through a couple of housekeeping points. The first one, which you probably are all wondering, is the Wi Fi code. The Wi Fi is King's Place Events, that's the name. And the password is Oak 2025 tree with a capital O and a capital T. That should be pretty straightforward, but do let any of the event staff know if that is not working. There is no fire alarm test scheduled for today, as people always say, but we will never know. So if the fire alarm is raised, please leave the building by the nearest fire exit, following the green exit signs, and leave the building as quickly as you can. Once you are out of the building, the fire assembly point is in the green at Bemerton Street. The toilets are also located just outside this hall in the music foyer. And the refreshments as well as lunch will be served as well here on the right side in the music foyer. If there are any questions, do feel free to ask any of the staff members on that. Before we start, I just wanted to give a very quick introduction. I know that many of you already are very aware where you are today. But just as a reminder, the United Kingdom Internet Governance Forum is the National Internet Governance Forum for the UK. And it was first started in 2009, so it's been a few years. IGFs are an initiative led by the United Nations for the discussion of public policy issues relating to the internet, which can be pretty broad. A key distinguishing factor about IGFs, and you will notice that from the setup that we have today with the tables all arranged in roundtable versions, is that it is a multi-stakeholder event where we can all benefit from being around people that have very different expertises and very different perspectives and are able to exchange views during a very productive day. The UK IGF is always held following the global IGF, which happens yearly, or prior to it. This year, the global IGF was in Norway, in Lillestrøm, and I see some of you that have been there this year. It was in June this year, and it was a wonderful event that we are really looking forward to picking up some of those themes here today. The purpose of the IGF is really to maximize the opportunity of an open and inclusive dialogue on all types of digital policy issues. And so we've built in enough time for you to really ask a lot of questions today throughout the program. We really aim to create a safe space for everyone that is involved here today, for you to be able to ask any questions that you want to ask, and to remind you that this event is run in accordance with the United Nations Internet Governance Forum Code of Conduct. With that, I hand over to Matthew McDermott, who is the Director of AI at Access Partnership. And just to introduce myself quickly as well, I'm Esther Jaromitski, and I work at the Department for Science, Tech and Innovation in the UK government. Thank you all.
Thank you, Esther. Let me just quickly run through some of the topics we're going to discuss today. So we're beginning straight out of this with a keynote address from the Minister for Digital Economy, Liz Lloyd of EFRA CBE. Then we have an interactive panel session looking at digital fragmentation from a user perspective. We'll then have a short break until 10:50, where we'll then move to a workshop session based on the ethics of AI. We'll then break for lunch, which will be served just outside this room, and then come back at 1:25 for a lightning talk on power asymmetries in tech, and then move on to an in-conversation session on the WSIS Plus 20 review. There will then be a panel session on the UK digital ID and how we can ensure a balance of power between the citizen and the state, followed by another break, and then our final panel session looking at protecting children's rights online in 2025. To end the day, we will have networking drinks reception, which is taking place just upstairs, and we'll be delighted for you all to join us. Now we'd like to hand over to Elaine Quinn, Director of Corporate Affairs at Nominet, for some opening remarks.
Morning, everybody, and welcome to this year's UK Internet Governance Forum. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elaine Quinn, Director of Corporate Affairs at Nominet. We're delighted to see you all today, whether you're here with us in this fantastic venue or have joined online. For those of you not familiar with our work, Nominet is proud to be responsible for running .uk, the national domain name registry, and it is, at just over 10.2 million, the world's third largest. We manage the registries for .cymru and .wales, giving those communities their own online homes and provide vital DNS services for the public sector. We take those responsibilities incredibly seriously, and that includes a commitment to making the internet safer, stronger, and more resilient. We seek to play our part both as a responsible registry and a contributor to the wider internet community. Our public benefit programmes have long included a strong focus on online safety, with the UK's only fund dedicated to supporting innovative new technologies and collaborations to counter online harms. This year, we added to this with a programme looking at the resilience of the vital internet infrastructure we all depend on. In September, we launched the DNS Fund, which aims to support underfunded yet mission-critical open-source DNS projects that help keep the internet online. The internet as we know it wouldn't function without that vital building block. And we've brought together experts from across the technical community to help us identify where we can have the biggest impact. As we all know, tackling the biggest challenges is not a solo endeavour, it's a team sport. So at Nominet, we're incredibly proud to support the UK IGF by providing a secretariat and working with the stakeholder committee to help pull this conference together. We've done so for over 20 years because we recognise that the UK IGF is a unique opportunity in the calendar for policymakers to come together on the internet issues that matter most. Today, we'll be exploring this year's global IGF theme, Building Digital Governance Together, and what this means for the future of internet governance. This year's IGF, of course, takes place against the global backdrop of intense geopolitical rivalry in technology. There are more frequent, sophisticated, and successful cyber attacks, and an increasingly fragmented approach to AI governance. In the UK, we've seen large-scale investment in AI infrastructure prioritised, such as the new AI growth zones and a commitment to upskilling our country's digital workforce. We've also seen a strong agenda around digital inclusion and digital transformation, internet governance, and digital development. With the resolution on this being debated at UNGA in New York in just a few days' time, today provides a timely opportunity to reflect on progress and next steps. You've already heard about some of the great sessions we have on offer today from Esther and Matthew. We haven't quite yet mentioned the essential ingredient, you all. Among the 200 of you due to join us today, both in person and online, around 90 of you are attending the UK IGF for the first time, which is fantastic to see. So welcome. We're also welcoming back over 90 people who've previously attended. So thank you for joining us once again. And it's great to see that we're widening the demographic a bit. Around a third of you are aged 34 or under. It's that blend of experience, views, and new ideas that will help us make progress and tackle some of the very real challenges in internet governance. This year, we've introduced a workshop on AI ethics, a great opportunity for everyone to shape the debate. We're very much looking forward to hearing your contributions throughout the day in Q&A and outside the session too. Before we kick things off, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our speakers and facilitators who are joining us today, in addition to IGF's funding partner, VeriSign. I'd also like to thank the Multi-Stakeholder Steering Committee for devoting their time to ensuring the UK IGF addresses today's most pressing topics and features a diverse and expert lineup of speakers. With that said, the UK IGF is now well and truly open. Enjoy your day, everyone. Now, let's welcome back our compere.